What's up, guys? Vito Romantine here for the last installment of our four-part series on social welfare. So far, we've covered programs, we've covered some advocacy and policy. We've also covered the history of social welfare. If this is your first video with me, my name is Vito Romantine. I'm a social work major, and social work is such a huge passion of mine in helping people and assisting others in things they need, because they don't always have a voice, and we are that go-between. We are that voice to help them, and we cover that in our advocacy video. We talk about the programs that we use and things like that. So today, I want to dive in and talk about some grassroots organizations and really like the economic and political things that are going on today in the world, and how people use these grassroots organizations to bring about change, and social workers assist in that by showing and helping follow that path. What is a grassroots organization? I think that's a very key thing to start with. And a grassroots organization is a movement of individuals that are in a specific area that want to bring about social change, whether it's a political issue, an economic issue. Most of the things we hear about today are political issues. They are self-organized through fundraising, drives. They gain support by using phone calls, putting up posters. They have people sign pledges, and they also hold rallies. So these are some of the things they do. However, there is less focus on money whenever it comes to these grassroots organizations. Now, any organization needs money to run, but they really focus on the empowerment of people and using people as their strategy, or having their voices being heard. It's almost like a power in numbers thing. The more people they get behind them, the more support they get, the more attention they're gonna get. They are considered to be a bottom-up movement, so they don't just start out and come out the gate and rush the Capitol to bring about change. It usually starts in, like I said before, a specific area. They focus on that, and as they start to gain momentum, then they'll move into more regional situations, and then up to the national situations. These are just some of the examples of how they some do move quicker, but a lot of them start small and really start to gain traction. The movements usually cover such a vast range of topics, anywhere from racial injustice to climate change, really, and everything in between. Anything you can think of, there have been grassroots movements. Today I want to dive into just a few of them. One of the first beginnings of it was the grassroots movements of women's suffrage back in the 1920s, before the women had a right to vote. They started with a few women coming together that they wanted the right to vote. And as they started to gain momentum, they started to get supporters, they gained traction. They started to hold these rallies. They held sit-ins. They even went on hunger strikes at some points. I know some of them were arrested for their actions and things they did to gain the support or show, or their rallies. They were arrested, and a lot of them went on hunger strikes because this was something they believed in. Ultimately, what happened was this led to some amendment changes where women were given the right to vote, and it was only through these actions that these women took to get to this point. Grassroots is really pull up your bootstraps and keep working hard for the change that we want to see. Another one in 1980, Candy Lighters, her 13-year-old daughter was killed by a drunk driver, and she is actually the founder or the beginning of MAD, which is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. This started because there needed to be a change, and as this really gained traction and some support, by 1982 there were more strict driving laws, especially when it came to alcohol-related things. And by 1983, there were a total of 129 new laws enacted for more strict DUI and alcohol-related driving incidents. And then if we fast forward, one that I think a lot of people are familiar with, to bring it into the present day, is the Me Too movement. This all started by Tarana Burke. She started using the social media platform, which is a fantastic platform to use today because it reaches so many people. So she started this hashtag Me Too movement, where it was a grounds for women to come out about sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and things of that nature. so that not only they can have a common ground to stand on, but we can start to have awareness and start to bring some change. Through this movement, so many celebrities have followed suit and really started working with this and putting in a lot of effort so that they can bring about the awareness, and not only the awareness, but education and change. As social workers, we are kind of the go-between sometimes. Like I stated earlier, we need to be there to support these people in the redistribution of whatever comes from these things. Usually, a lot of the time, through great practice, these laws and these things do change and social things happen. And it takes us to help back that up. And it is our job and our responsibility to have our clients' backs, the people in need's backs, because like I said, we are their voice when they don't have one all the time. So I think this is a really great way to wrap up our series of videos. I had a blast doing this. I can't wait to dive into some more. And I really appreciate you guys watching me. Give me some likes while you're in there. Have a great day, guys.